a longer degree.
Okay, great. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Sure.
But because it's not in any of the scripts or things we talked
Sure.
about, but it just struck me how supportive this Board of Trustees has been to you, to the students, to the faculty. I mean, they're a hardworking group of people. I know all of them. Do you think you could just tell me, name them all, and then maybe give
absolutely.
a sentence or two about them?
And I'm glad you're allowing me to do this, because I think they get very little credit for what happens at the college, because the rest of us are out there where everyone sees us. But the community would be happy to know that our board chair has been on that board for 34 years.
Is that right?
He was a
That
graduate, yes. He's a CPA. He loves the community and loves the college, and that's Bill Baccarella. The vice chair of the board is also a lifelong Monrovian who went away to law school and then came back to practice law, and that's Bill Braunlich. So here we have a CPA as the chair of the board and a practicing lawyer as the vice chair of the board, who, to the community, that vice chair, Bill Braunlich, is also known for his involvement in historical preservation. And he gets much of the credit for the recent announcement by Congressman Dingell for the designation of a national battlefield. So then the other trustees that have been long-term board members, and by the way, we just had a retirement, if you will, from the board after 28 years, in Tom Waldecker.
Yeah, and Tom was a great guy, fun. I used to like joking with him a little bit, but his heart was certainly in helping the community college.
Well, and had been a student there at the college as well. Then Mary Kay, of course, Mary Kay Thayer, that you know, she's what we call our South County representative, even though they're elected from at large from all over the county, because she lives in the south part of the county, and everyone knows her. And
of course.
She kind of keeps her eye on the Whitman Center and supports the Whitman Center. And then Marge Krebs. Now here's another board member. This is a woman way ahead of her time who lost her husband unexpectedly at a relatively young age, and he ran an insurance company, and she couldn't afford to hire a manager. So here's a woman with all these kids that took on the business herself and has been very successful at that. Now, of course, they're all adults and so forth, but she has been a loyal and a trustee and served a chairmanship, and is another great representative of the county because of her lifelong connection. And her maiden name was Knabush, so yeah. She has a connection there. And the other one is Linda Lauer. Now, or Joe. I'm going to mention Joe Bellino first. Everyone knows of him in Monroe as Joe.
You don't have to mention him if you don't want to. That's just a joke.
But if
Joe
he was
and I
here,
were high
he
school
would.
buddies. Yes, he would.
Yeah.
Yes, he would.
But he's just a terrific character and another graduate of Monroe County Community College. Loves the college. He has a market in the community, and
you go ahead and throw a plug in for Broadway Market, because they do a great job.
Because they call him Broadway Joe, and that's the name of his market.
Yeah.
So has a real sense and a real fine family. His daughter, by the way, Meg, is, she was a state champion runner last year, and she's in competition again this year, and she will be transferring to the University of Michigan. But I wanted to mention, again, our newest board member is Linda Lauer. Now, yeah. Linda Lauer was elected last fall, and here's a case where this is someone who came to the community college years ago. Her education was interrupted, started a family, came back later as an adult, was successful at Monroe County Community College, then advanced into a physical therapist program and is a licensed physical therapist. So what a group of trustees to work with.
Well, they are, and I've worked with them, and they all feel free to pick up a phone and call me anytime. Most of them have my cell phone number. I wish I had given
forgot.
Oh, you forgot one.
Mike Meyer.
Oh, well, yeah.
When you said pick up the phone. Yeah, Mike Meyer, is, your audience would be interested to know, is of the Meyer family that had a lot to do with Monroe shock absorbers. And even though the family got out of that business years ago, Mike came back to the community after university, and look what he's done for the college and the establishment of the foundation, along with a very nice contribution from his mother, Shirley.
Yeah, well, I think he's the chairman of the foundation, or president.
That's right,
or whatever
he is the president.
And will probably be involved quite a bit as we raise funds for the new tech center, I would imagine.
Absolutely, he is.
And the thing, you've been in town for some
6 years.
6 years? Okay, 6 years. And you know these people, primarily, I would guess, from their involvement on the board.
Yeah.
I've known a lot of them since I was a lot younger.
Absolutely.
And if none of them participated in on the Board of Trustees at Monroe County Community College, you would still know them on a first-name basis because of the other involvement they have around the community. So you are blessed with a great board.
I lucked out.
I think they're blessed with a good administration, too. Just as we get closer to the end, The last 20 years we've seen a lot of changes in community colleges. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, ours was first founded in about 1964, somewhere right in there. So it's been about 45 years. But if you were to look into the future, what would you think Monroe Community College, Monroe County Community College would look like down the road?
They're going to be the high-tech centers as we move into the 21st century. We've seen a great need for that, especially in Michigan. It's changing. And the community colleges are the ones who can change the quickest. And when we have these needs for the high-tech centers, so that's why the future for Monroe County Community College and the Career Technology Center, as we call it, is so important, is because that's what makes us unique. And I've always said to our faculty and the staff, if we weren't unique in 15 or 20 years, we could be a satellite college of something else. But because we are unique and will remain unique, we'll have a real niche in Southeast Michigan.
Well, I think we already have a real niche in Southeast Michigan, and I'm very proud to be somewhat associated and represent that group. We're just about out of time, but I would like to thank you, also the trustees and the work that they do, and the faculty and the students of Monroe County Community College. And I appreciate you being here today to talk about some of these important issues. And of course, I know that you know my telephone number as well, and if there's anything that we can be doing for you in Lansing, feel free to call at any time.
We appreciate all you've done, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much. I'm State Senator Randy Richardville, and that's the end of our show for today. Hope to see you relatively soon, and until then, have a great day.